Hey everyone, stop by do another video, help you out. Today we're going to be talking about the spine and how it instantly responds through the nervous system to put you in fight or flight or rest, digest, and heal. This all depends on and is based on your breath. That's your environment. You see something that scares you and your body responds to that instantly through your nervous system. You can push most of your blood to your limbs, which will put you in fight or flight. What we're not taught is how to turn that off. Everything is based on, in this world today, through the media and everything, is based on keeping you in fight or flight because you're easy to maneuver. You're easy to move around. It can make you do anything. Let me see, what's that saying? Problem, response, solution. This is what the media and the powers that be at this time have done. They've figured out how to put us in fight or flight. And as long as they can hold us there, then they control our breath. And our breath is what puts us in fight or flight because we don't know, like, oh my God, what's going to happen next, right? You don't know where you're going to be attacked from. Well, if your blood is out here, it shuts down the core. And the core is the mind, the breath, the lungs, the heart, and the digestive system. Because you don't, if you're in fight or flight, you don't have time to do this. You've either got to run, fight, hide, you got to do something, right? So your body is set up to protect you that way. Well, this is used against us in the world. And the toilet paper shortage was the beginning of it. Well, it's been going on for years, but I'm talking about when women start fighting over toilet paper in the store because there was no shortage, just like there was no, I don't know if I want to say that in the video, but you know, the plan and the demonic things that happened because of it, everybody was in fight or flight. Problem, reaction, solution. That's how that works. And it will not work if you're not in fight or flight because you can reason. You know, you're in control of your breath, and it's about controlling your breath. If you don't control it, somebody else does, and we don't want that. We want to control our breath ourselves. It's probably one of the most important things that we'll ever learn is how to turn on rest, digest, and heal, where the blood comes back out of the limbs and starts nourishing the mind. Starts with the ability to breathe, the lungs expanding and contracting because the ribs are expanding and contracting. If your ribs aren't expanding and contracting, then you're taking very short breaths, and that's usually through the mouth, and the mouth is what causes fight or flight. Through the nose, you're creating nitric oxide, and the whole body is starting to relax. This is what they're not sharing with us. And it's important that we know and understand the breath is everything. And if you get sick, I'm talking really sick, and they put you in a hospital, you're laying down in the bed, you're not moving, your lymphatic system is more stagnant than ever, right? And they're pumping you full of drugs, and they get that little puffer. I don't know if you blow into it or how it actually works. I just know that the story they're telling you steals your power. It steals your energy. And every time you blow on that, and I've watched my whole family go through this bullshit, right? When you blow on it, these little balls inside there go up. Well, they're telling you this story about how you're going to be on drugs or you have so much longer to live, all this stuff. And every day you watch that thing drop, that breath thing drop. And you're watching yourself die, and you're getting a story from the system that's supposed to be taking care of you that you're running out of time. That is bullshit beyond anything that I could ever think of. It's just your breath. And when you learn to breathe, you will put yourself back in rest, digest, and heal so your body can heal. When the blood is all out in the limbs, you can't heal because everything is off. You're out of tune. The wave that's going through your body is fear, and it lives in your aura. So there's a frequency there that, because of fear, it can come right into our aura and it can penetrate our body, and we start to lose our ability to think, to reason. So there's a lot of stuff going on out there, and I'm going to do my best to share everything that I can that comes my way with everyone so that we can heal as a nation, as a world. You know, if your frequency is off, you're sending that vibration out into the universe, because we are the collective consciousness of the universe. And we're all in fear, and we're in war, and we're in all these different things, you know, staged diseases or whatever it is. And we don't know how to maintain our core, our balance. We're going to be in trouble. But as we shift in here, we shift out there, because we're the collective consciousness. You know, it's like the 100 monkey theory, or 100th monkey theory. If a monkey picks up a tool and starts to use it, and others see him and start to mimic that, or see them and start to mimic it, after 100 monkeys, the collective consciousness is enough that all the monkeys around the world start to do it. It's no different for us. It's a frequency, it's a wave. And that wave goes out and it spreads around the world through the collective consciousness, which is what we are. We are a single thread in the collective consciousness. That's how powerful we are. We can change anything, anytime, including our lives, including our health. I've seen it happen many times, and it's humbling to watch it happen. People being carried into class from a hospice bed, and in 5 classes kicked out of hospice, and all their support taken away. The 7th class, they were driving themselves back and forth. In 6 weeks, passed a 3-wheel motorcycle permit test from a hospice bed where they were literally waiting for them to die. That's not me. I'm just a guide. But if you follow the principles and you learn to breathe and you learn to hydrate and nutrify your body, it has no choice. It has to heal. And when it does, all that blood and all that energy comes back into the core, and you become grounded through your breath, through your hydration, through your nutrition. And what are they screwing up? What are they messing with? Your hydration, your nutrition, and your oxygen. So it's time that we started to stand up inside ourselves and take the time to learn to breathe and move and do things like Qigong and yoga and light stretching. I think Qigong is probably the greatest thing that I've ever seen. But if you want to use a different modality than what I'm doing, go for it. Go for it, because you're worth it. You're an infinite being in an infinite universe with infinite potential, living in a world of abundance. And everything. Matter of fact, I saw an interview with Bill Maher and Elon Musk, and he said to Elon Musk, we're running out of water. We're running out of sand. We're running out of sand. The desert's actually growing. right? Because they're cutting all the trees down. If you want fertile land, you plant trees. It may take maybe all your life, but it'll start to rain there. It'll start to grow, even in the desert, because the trees call the rain. And when there are no trees, you have a desert or no plants. We are a plant. We're all living cells, and we're all containers for water. And it's really important to have just a pinch of Himalayan Celtic, or there's blue California or something like that, salt that's supposed to be the best. And I don't think it's that expensive, but it's well tested. Just a pinch of that in your Master Cleanse, or your smoothie, or your juice, whatever you're drinking, because the body doesn't produce salt, but it has to have it. If you end up dehydrated, because they're not telling us how to hydrate ourselves, if you end up dehydrated and you go to the hospital, they'll gladly charge you to put an IV in your arm. You know what's in that bag? Salt. It's a saline solution. And if you have heart trouble, they'll put 2 bags in you. Think about that. But don't you do it. No, no, no. And stay away from table salt, all you can. Table salt has either aluminum or silica, which is sand, to keep it from caking up. But as it goes in your system and it travels through your blood, it causes scratches in your arteries and veins. And that's where cholesterol comes in, because cholesterol is like Bondo that they fill a dent in with your car or something, right? So it goes along and is patching that up. Well, the more you have, you know, the higher cholesterol gets. You want to get rid of cholesterol? Give blood. Especially men. Women, after their cycle, they start to collect a little more cholesterol. Same thing, give blood. Because you're making new blood all the time, and that new blood will have less cholesterol in it. So, all right, let's open the 6 lymphatic gates, then we'll do some breath work, then we'll get into some Qigong. So right up next to the neck, my phone is getting dark here for some reason. Either that's my eyes, probably my eyes because of the sun. All right, so anyway, right next to the neck, above and below the collarbone, you want to be touching the collarbone with your fingers. And you just slide along your collarbone out to the outside. So we'll do 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. And we'll go to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That's gate 1. Everything in the body goes to this gate. This is like the big culvert at the end of the street, right? As the things flow, they have to be able to flow through these gates to get to the number 1 spot where all stuff goes, from your toes to here. But gate 2 is right behind your earlobe, and there's a little hole there above your jawbone. I like to put my this finger in there and my index finger beside it and just pull down. And this finger is fire. It's directly connected to the heart. So, and your earlobe is also connected to your heart. So as we're pulling down on that, we're making sure that the largest lymph node in the neck is able to let things pass by, to clear and clean. That's what they do. They're all connected, all your lymph nodes. And if they're ripping them out, they're getting rid of your septic tank. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. And then we drag down the neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Almost half of our lymph nodes are from the neck up. And there's 790 lymph nodes. okay? And they'll gladly rip them out. It'd be like you going out behind your house, hire a company, they come out and they pull a septic tank out, and they don't put one back, they just fill a hole in. And you keep using the toilet. Well, it's going to plug. It is a plug. And it's going to start backing up in the house eventually, and it's going to stink. That's why tumors stink. It's lymphatic waste. And it's not being able to be cleared because they ripped out half your lymph nodes. And it only has to travel from here to here. Think about that. Your toes has come all the way up through your body to get to here. So it's really important to keep these gates open, okay? Move to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we go down the neck muscle here. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now this is gravity fed. Here, through motion, walking and things, we're moving the lymph. But when we lay down at night and we're into rest, digest, and heal, that's when most of the lymph comes up through to get to gate 1. Okay? So we just handled the head. This drains this half of your head, and this drains this half of your head. And if one of these gets congested, that lymph node gets big, there are all kinds of arteries and nerves coming out of here. Vagus nerve runs right down through, and it goes right into your stomach. Well, that gets turned off when fight or flight happens. So we have to be really careful of that. I'm going to keep that breath going in through the nose, out through the mouth. So we're going to move to gate 3. Now we're getting into the body gates. Not that this isn't a body, but down here. This is what, from the toes all the way up through, it has to come up through all these gates we're going to cover. So this is gate 3, where the shoulder rolls into the chest plate. And we can pull on that. We can rub it. You don't have to be violent. If it's sore, try to rub in the areas where it isn't sore. And then we go under the arm. Same thing. Same thing. If it's sore, work around it. Because we need to get that tissue to break up, to get that density out of there. And the lymph nodes, once everything starts going, the lymph nodes will start to eliminate. They'll start to shrink. All that stink will start to go away. You know, and I don't know if you know this or not, lower ribs. A few years ago, there was an article about a woman. Her dog saved her life. And how he did it was, I don't know where it was, but let's say it was right here. He kept poking at it and smelling it. And she didn't have any complications or anything, so she didn't really pay too much attention. Well, come to find out, she went to a doctor because the dog wouldn't leave her alone. She had a tumor there, a cancerous tumor. And it can be benign or cancerous, it doesn't matter. What do dogs love to smell? Things that stink, because it's lymph stuck in there. It's waste from your body. That's why you want to take a shower underneath your arms and everything. When you sweat, that is lymphatic waste. It's urine. It's cellular waste. And that's why you have to keep washing off your body. Well, why not clean the inside? Nobody talks about this. Cleanse the internal body, and what comes out of the external body won't stink as much. May not stink at all. But we have to use proper hydration, get the proper nutrition in there. And one way to do it is tree-ripened fruits, berries, and melons. It's a sterilized container. A tumor is a sterilized container. And when they poke a hole in it, just like if you took a balloon, filled it full of water, and stuck a hole in it, what do you think would happen? It's going to leak out. The body doesn't want it leaking out into the system. It wants us to keep it in a sterilized container. And once you open the lymph, it'll drain. I've seen it happen many times with the people I'm working with, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's all electrical. It's all about flow and movement. So let's do gate 4. Right at the solar plexus. We're going to put our hands on our ribs. We're going to tip our head back, smile. And we exhale. We're going to try and touch our belly button to our spine. And we're going to go right down the middle, right here, right around the belly button. All right, so we want to feel those hands separate. That means the rib cage is flexible, it's moving. And if it isn't moving for you, it will over time. Don't stop doing this. Just keep at it. Pull your shoulders back and get that chest open, okay? And then when we exhale through the mouth, and you can feel your vagus nerve start to activate. And if you can't, that means you need to do more often, maybe twice a day or 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and before you go to bed. It's really important to open these gates before you go to bed. It's important to open them in the morning. It's important to open them in the before you go to bed, because all that lymph has to come up through these gates to get here. Okay, now we're going to move to gate 5. Gate 5 is groin. We do knife edge here, and then as we go in under the thighs, we use the palm of our hands. So everything in the body must move, no matter how old you are. If it's not moving, it's going to become stagnant. There's a good chance of it anyway. And stagnation is a slow, painful death. And an unnecessary one. As long as we're breathing and we're moving that lymph and we keep that system clean, it keeps the body alkaline. And disease cannot live in an alkaline body. 70% of your detox is through your mouth. So now we're going to do gate 6. Gate 6 is behind the knees. Okay? So there's a pump back here, and what's it do? It pumps blood and lymph into the knee. So if you're having arthritis or whatever, dehydration. Any itis is dehydration, lack of nutrition and oxygen. So we rub this, and we tap it. All right, then we do the other one. So there's our 6 lymphatic gates. We are now ready to do lion's breaths. So when we do a lion's breath, we breathe in through the nose, nice, long, slow, deep breath, tip our head back, smile. And when I say lion's breath, exhale, we stick our tongue all the way out and we tap. Try to have your exhale last from here all the way down, and you're still exhaling when you get back up here. This is just to regulate your breath, and if you can't do it yet, it's because you're either not taking, you're not getting a deep enough breath, or you're exhaling too fast. So getting that regulation down, and we do this with all our breaths. The breath should match the movement. So all right, let's do 3 lion's breaths. Inhale through the nose, head back, smile, and hold. Lion's breath, exhale. The exhale turns on fight or flight. It's the inhale that turns on, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. It's the inhale that turns on fight or flight. It's the exhale that turns on rest, digest, and heal. And we want rest, digest, and heal all the time. Fight or flight is something that's supposed to be in an emergency. Well, if you're watching television, everything is an emergency. And when you walk outside, what do you see? Nothing that you see on television. Inhale through the nose, head back, smile. Lion's breath, exhale. And the speed at which you do this, if you're going really fast because you can't exhale that long, slow down, okay? Slow down on your exhale. And if you run out before you get up here, that's okay. That's what we're trying to do, is learn that regulation, not speed up in what we're doing. Inhale through the nose, head back, smile. This releases endorphins and dopamines, and it makes your cells really happy. Lion's breath, exhale. All right. So now we're going to do the spinal gates, or pumps. When we do that, we tip our head back like this, and we rock back. So make sure you're around something where you can support yourself if you need to. And it would be hard to do, sit in a chair and do this, but you might put your legs against the edge of the couch, so when you sit back, and if you do lose your balance, at least you'll be sitting on the couch or a chair or whatever's comfortable for you. All right, just make sure you don't fall over. So inhale through the nose. Sorry about that. Exhale. We'll go into a partial fetal position. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. So these are some great breaths to be doing. They're easy. If you're not flexible enough to do the bend back like that, only do what you can. If you can only go to here, that's where you go, okay? And imagine doing the whole thing, like back here, like this, okay? Just imagine it. Eventually, your body will start to loosen up, and you'll be able to do that full move. And that's when you know you're healing. And it might take a while for you, it may not. Either way, just keep doing it. Even when you get to the point where you can do it like this, you should do it every single day. That fluid that goes up and down the spine is vital to everything that happens in your body. Energy comes from the pelvic floor, it goes up the back, around the front, and that's the loop that it takes. And that energy will heal you like no other. Okay? Keeping your blood alkaline. You know, pH, all that stands for is electrical charge. And everything in the body is a different pH. We don't, you know, it's not like the whole body is 7.365 or 4 or whatever they want to call it. Okay? But it's slightly alkaline. And we're eating totally acidic. It's really hard not to. Because that's the way, all you do is walk in a convenience store. Everything in there is brown and kind of a vanilla color. Those things are not good for us. Does that mean I don't do it? Hey, if I'm hungry, I'm going to eat. But I'm going to find the best thing that I can find to eat. I'm going to find the best water that I can to drink, and I'm going to mineralize it. Water on itself is not conductive, and we're a battery, and we need conductive materials put in the body so that it can keep itself charged. The more charged it is, the healthier you are. But you have to get into the lymphatic system if you really want to heal, and you need to control that breath. Let's do a shamanic breath. That's stomach, chest, shoulders, exhale, no holding. Okay, and it's in and out through the mouth. So it's belly, chest, and then shoulders, and then exhale. But it's real fast. I'm not going to count. Just try to keep up with me, or, you know, do the best you can with what you're doing. Eventually, I mean, there's people who can do it better than I can, but I do it every day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, in videos and to groups that I work with for Qigong and breath work. And I mean, it is amazing what it will do for your body. All right, so here we go. I'm not going to say how many we're going to do because I lose count. All right, so belly, chest, shoulders, exhale, no holding. In and out through the mouth. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to end right there because out here in the desert you get dry really fast. As some would call it, cotton mouth. So this is a breath, and I think I've done this on a video, but I'll stand back a little bit. We fold our arms, we bend over, so we're kind of at a 90-degree angle, and you bend over to whatever you can bend over. If you can't make it down 90 degrees, don't do it. Do not push or force. Qigong is about gentle movement. We don't want to experience pain. So if pain is here, the movement goes to here and back. We don't go into the pain thinking that we're going to eliminate it. You want to eliminate it, stay on the side where it isn't. And eventually the pain will go away and you'll have full motion. So what we're going to do is we're going to inhale through the nose and pick our head up, and we're going to arch our back. And then we exhale, we go back down. So, all right, we'll do, let's do 10 of those. All right. All right, now we're going to go to the side. We haven't done them this way before. So we're going to go to the side. I think 5 is good for that because we can do the other side too. So we'll start in the center and we go. We'll shake that out. Now we're going to do tongue circles. All right, we'll just do tongue circles. Not going to involve the eyes today. We must remain breathing in and out through the nose while we're doing the tongue circles. So this is actually a breath, and it's a calming breath. And what the tongue is connected to all the fascia in the body. The heart and the tongue grew at the same time. That's why people that have heart issues, they give them nitro. They put it under their tongue. There are 2 little holes there, and it goes directly into the bloodstream. So, and that's an electrical issue. So let's see about what we can do to help that. All right. So these tongue circles, we're going to do 25 this way. If you can do 5 and you need to rest, do 5 and rest. If you can do 10, do 10. If you can do 15, do 15. Eventually, as you do this, your body will start to clear itself and you'll be stronger. It'll help to stop snoring. It'll help keep the tongue on the roof of the mouth. The tongue should be behind your teeth, and the whole tongue should be touching the roof of your mouth. That is a circuit, electrical circuit. So it's important to do that. And when people are sleeping at night, that tongue starts to drop and it slides back. And that's what causes people to snore. All right. So we're going to do 25 this way and 25 this way. Try not to move your head back and forth. That means there's some neurological things and some tight muscles and fascia. So you're actually trying to help the tongue move. So we want the tongue to do it. Even if you can't do a full thing, just keep at it. Because over time, it'll loosen up and you'll be able to do those tongue circles. I've got people now that are up to 100, maybe more now. I haven't heard from a while, so. All right. So we're gonna do 25 each way. And you may feel it anywhere. Upper shoulders, chest, neck, jaw. But try not to move your jaw either. So what we want to do is put our tongue in front of our top teeth, under the lip, and we just go around like that. All right, here we go. All right, that's 25 for me. I'll wait a minute, see where you guys are at. And it'll give us a break. So that's a good thing. Remember, rest is one of the most important things that we never do. Our mind doesn't shut off. Our bodies are going constantly. We're being pushed to be 110, 120, 125%, you know, at work or whatever we're doing. And if there's nobody around to push us, we've been trained to push ourselves. And that doesn't have to do with rest. And eventually, you're going to start having issues with adrenals or somewhere in the body, kidneys, which is where your blood pressure comes from, the kidneys and adrenals. It doesn't come from your heart. And your blood pressure is different on both sides. And blood pressure, I'm kind of up in the air with blood pressure for myself personally, because if you have your blood pressure taken and you stand up and sit down, it'll be different. The body is a self-regulating thing. And we're trying to micromanage it with pills and potions and all this crap when nature has exactly what we need. Ashwagandha is an amazing herb. Cleavers opens up the lymphatic pathways. Marshmallow leaf for digestion. Mullein for lungs. Dandelion or red raspberry leaf. I mean, they do way more than what I'm explaining, but this is average things that we do, that we can do with herbs to help those areas heal. And they help us heal mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. We have this beautiful temple that we've been granted through energy coming in. It created us. And we're treating it like crap because the people we're listening to profit from it. And they've been doing it for years. And more people are getting sick. And they're getting chronically sick. And if you ask a doctor, they don't have any idea what's causing chronic sickness. Well, you can look in the eyes in iridology, and I can see where the chronic congestion is and what area it's in, so I know what herbs to mix to help your body regenerate itself, to heal internally. And from that comes great inner peace. All right, let's do 25 circles the other way. Forgot where I was going there for a minute, so. All right, 25 the other direction. Tongue in front of the top teeth, under the lip. Don't forget to stop breathing. I mean, just start breathing or to keep breathing. All right, that's 25. So these are really important. All of this is really important to put in your daily routine. It will help. When we do these tongue circles, our neurological mind is exploding, creating new pathways that haven't been used in a long time. When we breathe in through the nose, nice deep belly breath, we put pressure on the primal brain stem. And what it does is it squeezes it and it moves up. And it's right back here. Primal brainstem has been activated as long as you're breathing through your mouth. The primal brainstem pushes on the cerebellum. It pushes all the plates in your head. It keeps them moving. Because if these get stuck, you have a lot of neurological issues. So if these are expanding and contracting, the cerebellum is being pushed on, and your pineal gland is right in the center between the two cerebellum, and they're moving it, and it's covered with crystals, piezo crystals, and they start banging together. And the energy comes in through the 8th chakra, comes down through all the chakras, and out into the world to create life. Well, if you learn how to close the pelvic floor, when that is about to go out, that energy, you close the pelvic floor and it will come back up through the spinal column, up into the brain, and give you a brain orgasm, which extends your life. That's why these gurus live so long. Now, they're not being invaded either by the news or what's going on in the world, because they're either living in a cage or something. So we have the challenge of keeping one foot in the matrix and the other one in the quantum field. And I have actually shifted the quantum field sometimes so much that my foot's not that solid in the matrix, so I had to pull myself back. Because your energy can climb to heights that we never even suspected. That's why you're infinite, being an infinite universe with infinite potential, living in a world of abundance. Everything is right there. When you go to school, that's an indoctrination. When you go to school out here, it's life. And if you want to survive, you better learn the lessons really fast. So I love you guys. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I didn't get to see all the names because the screen's kind of dark here today. All right? But I'll see you in the next video, and who knows what I'm going to talk about. But it'll be something. I'll guarantee you that. All right? Later. Love you.